See, my wife is a wonderful person and a friend to me. But the problem is she doesn't want sex. She enjoys sex, but yet
My penis is small, even when it's very hard.
He ejaculates too quickly. Sir, my husband doesn't love me.
My wife doesn't love me either.
That's not true.
Really?
I do well at loving him.
I do want to love her too.
Of course.
So what's the problem? Me by God.
See, doctor, my husband, I love him so much. And I communicate with him as a friend.
Let me tell you. Anytime she asks for sex, I give her back to back. Am I not giving you?
That's not
back
what
to
we are
back?
talking about here.
Am I not giving you back to back?
I said that's not what we are talking about
I
here.
said, am I not giving you back to back?
What's the
problem?
Sir, let me tell you, like, my husband is all about everything about this marriage is all about sex. I don't know. I'm not a sex person.
Why?
Sometimes I feel so abandoned. I feel so unloved. I feel like I don't even know the kind of man I got married to. My husband is never interested in having a conversation with me as a friend. I don't know why he thinks that marriage is all about sex.
Marriage is all about sex, man. Okay. So, have you ever denied him, or why don't you feel sex is important in marriage?
I don't know, like, I need that connection. I need me and my husband to have this conversation. Like, sometimes you ask me questions like, how you doing? How was your day? How was work today? What everything about him is sex.
Okay.
Sex.
How was your day is none of my business. What I need is to satisfy
Mr.
my
Joe.
body.
You
Hold on.
see? You see what he's talking about?
Hold on, madam. I think probably what people are having here is understanding issues. The love he has in mind is different from what you have. His love for you, like from his explanation or what I feel is expressing now, what he has for you is sexual love. Then you, on the other hand, I think you are having an emotional kind of love. So this is not something that should be a big deal. It's something you can actually, is the man of the house, is your husband. You can actually sit him down respectively, like respectfully, because we men, we have ego. You sit him down respectfully, you make him understand your own point of view. You don't go about dragging with your husband or shouting, because I won't tolerate this if it were to be in my own house. Then you as a man, I'm sorry, but you failed it raising your voice back at her. A wonderful marriage is supposed to be built with understanding, but mind you, sex is important. Sex is important. You have no right to deny your husband sex. No matter if there's any problem, you let him know first before he even goes about asking for it, because he built a sweet and wonderful marriage. So if there's anything now talking about your love and attention, if you respectfully talk to a man, like respectfully sit him down, he's your man, he's your husband. If you should respectfully talk to him, I think there's no way he won't have that time or bring out that attention.
Sir, there's a question I want to ask again. If I may ask, does drinking of alcohol helps man or a woman during sex?
Answer is a no. A man who has alcohol in his body ejaculates before the time he actually wants to. Then in a woman, it's difficult to get excited, or let's say get to orgasm. I will advise men and women who are having sex should take alcohol less.
Mr. Richard, I have this problem in my marriage, and you see,
My wife, doing sex making, I love entering my wife from the rear, like from the back. I'll enter her vagina. Now, I found out that when I enter from the rear, she does not reach orgasm. But if I should enter from the front, she gets to orgasm. Why?
So, Mr. Ben, I've heard what you said. I think the best way to help your wife reach orgasm is rubbing her clitoris. When you try making love with your wife from the rear, when you insert your penis, I think e goes in direct without touching her clitoris. The best way to make your wife get to orgasm while entering from the rear is by fondling her clitoris. Entering from the rear or entering from the back, as your dick moves in into her vagina, it doesn't touch her clitoris. By that way, she don't get to orgasm. So if you want your wife to get to orgasm or feel your sex life, you want to feel your sex life entering from the rear, you just have to fondle her clitoris, put her in the mood, turn her on. That's all, Mr. Ben.
Good day, sir.
Good day, Mr. Frederick.
Sir, I came to ask you for of something like
Okay.
ever since I married my wife, I've been having issues with like having too many issues. You understand? Like when my wife vagina is dry, what kind of lubricant should I add on my penis before entering? You understand? Should I use Vaseline, butter, oil, or what? Let me know.
Mr. Frederick, actually, I think what you and your wife need should be love play. If you should probably improve on your love play, I don't think there's any need for lubricant. Why during love play, you can actually ask her, you can ask her what you do that like can make you go excited. If she give you a positive result, you try it out. Women do produce little fabric, little lubrication, while some produce much. So if your wife probably falls in within that category, I think you'll be needing a lubricant from there. Your Vaseline or your butter, no, they are not good. Why? Because actually they are not going to be easily washed off with water. So what I would suggest you do is you get something like a lotion or a saliva. Use your saliva. If you prefer using your body lotion, I think you get something cheaper. It doesn't have the perfume because the perfume has some alcoholic contents that might get irritation or like I might give her reaction down there. So it won't be suggested. So I prefer doing love play before actually going to what you actually want to do to be better. Then make use of your saliva. Probably if she's out of lubrication. But I think the foreplay helps you more or helps her more in getting wet. Then it will be easier for you both.
The problem I have with my husband is that he ejaculates too quickly. I don't know, like doing love play. He won't even allow me fondle his penis. But as he enters me, like immediately his penis touches my vagina, he ejaculates immediately. I don't know.
Oh, is that true, Mr. Depola? Is that true, Mr. Depola?
I don't like her touching my dick.
Then you are wrong. You telling your wife not to fondle you during love play is wrong. Let her fondle you during love play. That way it prevents you from ejaculating too soon. As this is what to do during sex. During love play, both of you fondle each other. Then when you feel or you are you are close to the point of ejaculating, you tell her to wait, but as she is waiting, you let your penis cool, but you don't stop fondling her. By that way, it prevents you from ejaculating quick. Then if you decide to come in, it's your choice, but you telling her not to fondle you during love play is wrong. It reduces the sex life, or it reduces your sex love play.
Sir, my penis is small. Even when it's very hard, it is 6 centimeter. My fear is that my wife will say my penis is very small.
Then you are wrong, Mr. Desmond. It's not true that a big penis can give a wife pleasure more than a small penis. A woman is said to have two erotic parts. One, her clitoris, then 5 centimeter of her vagina. So you saying your dick is too small not to satisfy a woman, you are wrong. A woman only needs her clitoris and 5 centimeter of her vagina to be satisfied or to feel sex. So definitely, since you have 6 centimeter, you are good to go.
See, my wife is a wonderful person and a friend to me. But the problem is she doesn't want sex often. After sex, after sex, she will be satisfied for weeks. And my own satisfaction will be in only one day. See, I don't know what to do again. Like, my hunger for sex is becoming something else. What will I do?
Mr. Richards, do you know that my wife doesn't get orgasm, doesn't reach orgasm? But can you imagine that she enjoys sex? Check. Is that proper? She enjoys sex, but yet, not she enjoy orgasm.
I don't know. Anytime I'm having sex with my husband, the bed speaks so loudly and people can hear us.
Okay, did I complain? I don't care.
But I care. I do. And it bothers me a lot.
You see, what's problem I have with her?
There's something you guys don't understand about women. We women, we are different from men. And as a woman that I am, I feel more sexy if I'm having a quiet sex with my husband.